Welcome, welcome, welcome to On Fire to Inspire. I am your host, Aaliyah Tate, the Purpose Midwife. I want to thank y'all so much for joining us this beautiful, beautiful Tuesday evening. You could have been doing anything else and you could have been anywhere else, but you chose to spend it with me. And for that, I'm totally grateful. Y'all, tonight is our 10-year anniversary of the release of On Fire to Inspire, the book. Can y'all believe it? Where has the time gone? Y'all can't hear me? Oh wow, the devil is a whole liar. Let me see. Let me try it again. Hold on. How about now? Can you hear me now, Angelica? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Hold on. Let me turn the volume up some more. How about now? Can y'all hear me now? Give me a thumbs up or something on here if y'all can hear me. Still can't hear me? What? Okay, what is really going on? Okay, y'all, hold on. Let me see. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. All right, still no audio? Anybody else? Can y'all hear me? Okay, so I have someone on Facebook saying they can hear. So Angelica, log out of it and log back in and see if you can hear. Because I do have someone just actually sent me a text on my Fitbit saying they can hear on Facebook land. So welcome everybody to my 10-year anniversary of On Fire to Inspire, the book, not the show. The show's anniversary is coming up in another 7 months, well, 6.5 months. So y'all, I'm so excited. Because this time is going to come and go, and this tonight is going to be, we're going to celebrate the anniversary of the show. I'm in the book. I'm going to encourage you all through the book. But I also want to just give you some words of encouragement, y'all. Like I said, that time is going to come and it's going to go. So there's something that you've been pondering in your heart. There's something you've been wanting to do. It is time to stop sitting on it. It's time to stop sitting on it. And it's time to stop settling in it, in that place of complacency. There is no way I would have told you that I was going to do this project. When the Lord told me that I had to do this book 10 years ago, I was like, look, Lord, I don't know nothing about this. I was a children's author, so I thought, right? So my very first book was a children's book teaching English and Spanish, right? And so I kept telling God, well, Lord, I don't know anything about writing a book for adults. I don't know anything about this. And God said, if you get out of your own way, I'm going to show you who you are. And that's an encouragement to whoever's listening right here that tonight, whether you're listening to the live or the replay, get out of your own way and ask God, okay, God, you keep this thing stirring in me. Every time I look around, it's waking up in me. It's something that I cannot just sleep on. And whatever that is, whatever that looks like for you, if it's starting a business, if it's whatever that looks like for you, it's time for you to do it. Okay. And with that said, there is a piece in the book called uh, is one called it actually is one called When Will You Answer His Call? And that's the one that hit my spirit as soon as I said that to y'all just now. And that was not my plan, okay, to read y'all that one. But this one is called When Will You Answer His Call? This is from the book that I wrote 10 years ago, On Fire to Inspire, the book, because the book is what inspired the show today, right? So for those of you who have been putting this off and putting this off, when will you answer his call? That's the name of this piece. He's calling you. Will you answer? Will you let the line ring and check your caller ID? Y'all know we just kind of look at our phone and say, who is this? He's been calling you for quite some time now. When will you answer? Why won't you answer? He has great gifts and works inside you that he wants to bring out. In order for him to do his work, you must first answer his call. Don't try to fix it yourself. He wants you just as you are. He's going to take you from torn and broken into victorious and powerful. And so that piece is called When Will You Answer His Call? So for those of you that just keep sitting on the sideline of life and letting life just live and not living life, it's time for you to get off the sideline. It's time to live. Y'all, I tell you, and I say all the time, my mom passed at 44 years old. And the fact that, to look at that now and say, wow, I've outlived my mom. I'm 49 years old. I give God glory. And so to be able to say, okay, it's time to live. And it is. There's something that you have been pondering in your heart. There's something that you can't shake. And it's time for you to do it. Because guess what? You're going to look back and you're going to say, oh, them 10 years done passed. And you could have birthed that baby, y'all. Birthed that baby. And so that one was called When Will You Answer His Call? Y'all can find these books. All of my books are out on Amazon, um, Barnes and Nobles, uh, on Kindle for those of you who actually have the Kindle. Also, y'all, I actually looked at I was looking at my memories in Facebook today, and I saw that this was also the 3-year anniversary of the I Am Inspirational Coloring Book. Y'all, I'd never done that before. God put it in my heart. He said, do it. Some people need some encouragement, and that was a way of self care because we learned so much, y'all, during the shutdown and in 2019. Yeah. Oh my goodness. We got to learn self care to unwind and be present in the present. And it's time to live for real, right? With that said, so we read When We Answer This Cog. So for the next person who's listening and you're saying, Aaliyah girl, I know you are talking to me. Well, I'm talking to you still some more. And this piece is called Pregnant with Purpose. Now, many of you have been, like I said, just there's something what you want to do, that you want to do, but you've been allowing fear to stifle you. You've been allowing fear to paralyze you. Well, no more. It's time for you to shut down the voices of I don't know, or even the voices of people saying, girl, I don't know about that. Well, because they can't do it don't mean it can't be done. Or because they've never seen it done doesn't mean it can't be done. Because maybe God is calling you to do it. With that said, the name of the piece is called Pregnant with Purpose. Gestational period during pregnancy can be 9 to 10 months. Y'all, I know I was 10 months on the dot. How long have you been pregnant with your purpose? Has your due date passed? Are you now overdue? You must give birth to your purpose. It's not too late. It is your time. Don't delay. It's time to give birth to your purpose and your passion. And so for those of you who, you're listening, you're like, girl, you stepping all over my toes tonight. Yeah. This is a celebration of the 10 years of celebrating what God gave me. He will wake me up in the midnight hour, just giving me words to encourage and empower people. And so for some of you, I'm gonna read some more, but for some of you, if you have this book and you have one of your favorite pieces, whether you're listening in on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, put in the comments, tell me your favorite piece. I know the ones that I've heard people say the most, but tell me what was your favorite piece. I've heard so many people say um, The Chosen One. I've heard so many people say Pregnant with Purpose. What's your favorite? All right, so next, and tonight we're just celebrating. So if you have anything to share about how the book has blessed you, how a piece has blessed you, because I have gone to different venues and actually shared over the last 10 years how, other people have asked me to come and do some pieces of the book. So whatever that looks like to you, but I just want to encourage you to start living the life, stop settling, stop just sitting. It's time to do what you were born to do. I remember when God released me to do this show, um, he said, too many of you have been sitting on your hands. And he showed me a vision of people sitting on their hands. And he said, I've given you too many. He said, I've given them, because he told me to share the message. But he said, I've given them all of these tools, these gifts, these talents and abilities, but they're not doing anything with it. So I literally saw many of us, because at that time I was doing the same, y'all, many of us just sitting on our hands. And he said, He said, no more. Because tomorrow's not promised. So why are we going to be sitting on our hands? So, yeah, I want you to dare to dream again. You know, we dreamed as children, we dreamed as teenagers, we dreamed even in college, but life happened, right? And so I want you to dare to dream. So many people live their lives merely existing. They never dream, set goals, or achieve anything. They're just there. I dare you to dream. Dream big. Let your mind open up to the vast possibilities. You are an awesome person. All you have to do is dream. Dreaming big will take you to heights you never thought. The potential is limitless. I dare you to come out of your comfort zone and dream. And that PCL is called Dare to Dream. Hey, Kim, happy birthday. The entire book spoke to me, but Pregnant with Purpose and The Chosen One are my favorites. Amen, Kim. Thank you so much for sharing that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, yeah, Kim has actually a powerful, powerful testimony. And when we met through one of my guests several years ago, I don't even remember how many years ago now. Kim, do you remember how many years? But so many years ago, I don't remember how many, I was interviewing an author that she loves, one of her favorite authors, and it was just a time that she actually needed to hear the interview. And she heard me do a couple of pieces of the book or something. I know there was some inspiration in there. And the Lord led me to read those two pieces, would end up being her favorite too. And she asked that night, how can I get that book? How can I get that book? And after she got the book, y'all, she reached out to me later and she said she felt like that God had me write that book just for her. And so I appreciate your support, Kim. I'm so grateful that you stayed in touch and kept me informed. Because when you sent me that picture of your degree, girl, I literally cried. I'm a big crybaby. Ask my husband. I love happy everything. And so it is, I love that. It's just a beautiful thing. So y'all, it's time to live. It's time to dream. If you're in your 40s, 50s, and you want to go back and finish a certification, go back to school, do it. I know so many people that are doing that now. And it's not about your age, it's about fulfilling the purpose that God has called you to. I'm so surprised you can remember my story. Honey, your story, let me tell you something. The encourager is always encouraging and always pouring out, but it's those type of stories that keep us going. Those type of stories keep us encouraged that we're making an impact. Because see, you can't get caught up in numbers, but you just, every now and then when you hear a story like a Kim story, or a story like a whoever has shared stories with me, when you hear those kind of stories, it just reminds you of, yes, I'm doing what God called me to do. Because I promise y'all, 10 years ago, when God called me to actually do this show, come December to be 10 years, I wouldn't have told you that I wouldn't have not just been interviewing people. That's all. I wouldn't have been, no. But he had to give it to me. And this is how he said, I had to give it to you in palatable bites. And so, whatever that looks like for somebody on there listening, what is it that God says, I've given you the vision, but I need you to do it like this to start you out so that you can handle it on this level. And then I'm going to take you to the next one and the next one, because y'all, I was hiding behind Blog Talk Radio and everything that I could to not be seen. And God said, he moved me from behind behind everything. And then he said, oh, you're going to still do Blog Talk at that time. And he said, but you're going to do Facebook. Then he said, what, in the last 2 or 3 years, he said, you're going to do YouTube and this and that. And I'm like, whoo. But there's something that God's been just putting, he's just keep reminding you of, I told you you were supposed to do this. You really like doing this. And it's that thing, it's that unction that you love, 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 or you're like, it irritates you if it's not done this way, or it irritates you for, like, for me to see a person that is in transition and someone not being able to direct them or help them, that irritates me, especially when I know that someone has the resources to be able to help. And so those type of burdens can be an indication of something that you're called to do, right? And so I know my gifting is in the exhortation and encouragement. That's who I am naturally. I don't put on, I don't have to try. That's just what God gifted me with. And it took me a minute to figure that out because guess what? Most people see your gifts before you see your gifts. And so they're listening, they're sharing, they're thanking you for that. And so, what is it that you've been doing? What is it that you've tapped into that you said, you know what? I didn't know I was good at this. Or, oh, I didn't know I wanted to do this. It's not too late. I don't care. The new 50 is a new 30, y'all. So, what is it that you are saying, hey, it's time for me to wake up and live? And so, that's my encouragement tonight. I want many of you to wake up and live. I don't want you to say, 10 years ago, I had a dream to do this. No, 10 years ago, I want you to have that saying of, you know, 10 years ago, I started doing this and now I'm doing this in addition to this, or it's grown. This one thing that I started out is grown into this. That's the story that I want to be able to hear from you. And so, with that, like I said, this was a book that God gave me 10 years ago. Come Friday will be the 10-year actual anniversary. And let me tell you this, as you're getting ready to give birth to these gifts and these things, these assignments, I can tell you it's going to be easy because it's not. But if you just stay focused on the assignment, you know how they say, she understood the assignment or he understood the assignment. Focus on the assignment. Say, God, I need to finish this because you placed this in me. And just keep, keep going forth, keep moving forward. Don't take your eye off the goal of completing that. Because if you take your eye off the goal, then you're going to fluctuate again and you'll find yourself 5 years later saying, well, I started that because I got a couple of those situations too. I have some other things that I supposed to be working on, but hey, they're getting worked on. You hear me? But I'm here to remind you that it's time, y'all. It is time to do exactly what you've been called to do. So, y'all, we talked about daring to dream. It's time to wake those dreams up again. It's time to answer the call. And we ain't talking about necessarily preaching. We're talking about answering the call to live, answering the call to just stop hitting that alarm clock every morning and hitting snooze. And then you get to work and you be like, oh, I hate this place. Why? Why aren't you doing something different to change that? Change the dynamics of your life. Your life is meant to live. That's a life of existing if that's your story every morning you wake up. I've been there. I've been there when I was, look, I tell people all the time in my first life when I worked at IT and I got to the place where you made the money, but you just was like, ugh, I don't want to do this anymore. And that's when as one of my old guest said, he said, his coach said, are you doing what you were born to do or what you learned to do? And that's when I realized I was doing what I learned to do, not what I was born to do. So it's time for you to walk that thing out, to live it out, and do what you were born to do. I was born to do exactly what I'm doing, give life and speak life, to put on coaching programs. And by the way, I want y'all to save the date. Saturday, October 26th. Um, I'll give you more information as it comes forward. It will be here in Gaffney, South Carolina at Innovation Point. Time to be announced, but October 26th will be that date. It will be a Saturday. That will be our third annual Women's Empowerment Conference. I am not going to leave out the men if some of you all would like to attend, because this one is going to be, well, it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be powerful. And that's all I'm gonna give you for right now. So save the date, put it on your calendar right now. You have plenty of time to mark your calendars now. So October 26th, yeah, that's like what, right under 5 months away now. But we're back on that 10-year anniversary. Time to celebrate, yeah, celebration time. 10 is a number for covenant, and I know that God, his promises, he is a promise keeper. And if he's made a promise to you, I promise you, he's good on his promises. I don't know about people. I don't know about people of your past or your present. I don't know how good they are on their promises, but I know God is good on his. All right. With that said, We're going to do no turning back. All right. So when the Lord calls you to live totally for Him, there's no turning back. There's no need to look back. Look to Him because He gives you all that you need in every capacity of your life. Focusing on Him will give you all that you ever thought you'd ever need. Don't look back. Don't turn back. Press forward. Move forward and walk into your destiny. Walk boldly for Him into your victory. Y'all, you know, everything that we have need of, God has placed it on the inside of us. But many times we go through different situations to understand that it's there. And it's those situations that you've gone through to just, it's like it's building up, it's sharpening that tool and then it's building that muscle to do exactly what's already been there. The Father said, I knew you before you were formed in your mother's womb. So you ain't changing. His outlook on you has not changed. But he now needs to see you. He needs you to see you the way he sees you, right? He needs you to see you the way he sees you. And that's gonna be a portion a little bit about this upcoming October event too, y'all. So I'm gonna give y'all the theme and all that a little later, but I ain't gonna let too much of the cat out the bag. Um, but I just wanted to celebrate tonight, celebrate that 10-year celebration of On Fire to Inspire the book. And like I said, you can get it out on Amazon. You can get it on Kindle. You can get it on Barnes and Nobles and several of the other online outlets. I do have 4 autographed copies here available tonight. If anybody would like them, you can actually say something in the chat because I have only have 4 copies left on me that are physical copies in my presence. And then I was going to tell y'all something else. It escaped me. But I'm so excited about some of the testimonies that have been coming forth because y'all, I'm telling you, some people are making some great strides in pushing past things that have been trying to look like an obstacle, okay? But it's coming as a distraction. And I need y'all to see it just as that, the distraction. Good evening to you, Miss Rose. How you doing? How you doing? Yeah, that girl hooked me up living in Georgia with my hair. People used to say, girl, your hair is perfect. Your makeup is always perfect. I was like, that's Roz. Roz, Roz Beauty. Wait a minute, Roz. How am I gonna forget it after all these years? Roz Hair and Beauty Bar. Roz Hair and Beauty Bar. I had to think about it. And so, but yeah, thank you so much, Roz. Thank you so much, everyone who's listening. If y'all know anyone that is in need of that book, y'all can get a copy of On Fire to Inspire. This is the 10-year anniversary. Yay! And the 3-year anniversary of the inspirational adult coloring book. It actually came out this month, 3 years ago. And so every picture in here, if y'all know a teenager, a woman, I'm actually going to be doing a lot of different workshops around this because y'all be surprised with people that I come in contact with that are dealing with depression, anxiety, because life has been lifing, but they have not been living it. And so it's time for us to live and be reminded that we are triumphant and that we are never alone, right? So everything that we've been through is going to work out for our good, right? It's going to work out. It's already worked out. We just got to walk it out, right? I'm so excited, y'all, for you and for what God is calling you to do. Remember, it's time to stop settling and start living. Anybody have anything else they want to share about one of the pieces that has been a blessing? Yay. Hey, Roz, what's your favorite piece in the book? Kim said her favorite two are Pregnant with Purpose and The Chosen One. What are your favorites? I read a couple of them a while ago. Oh, y'all, I got to do The Chosen One. Everybody asked for The Chosen One. I don't know what I was thinking, but I got to do The Chosen One for y'all. So if you're not driving and you're not in a place where you won't like run into anything, I need you to close your eyes and I need you to hear the Father speaking directly to your heart, directly to your spirit man, as He speaks to you about this life that He's called you to. All right. So your eyes are closed and your ears are tuned in. All right. Because I don't want you to see me. I want you to hear him. Here we go. It's called The Chosen One. That's the very first one in the book. And I can't even remember the direction of how he gave it to me, but I remember he said that was going to be the very first one in the book. And it's called The Chosen One. That's how it looks, y'all, with the sunset. And that's a real sunset, y'all, that my daughter took with my Motorola flip phone, y'all, 10 years ago, 10 or 11 years ago. But that was one of the things I said, God, I said, if this is an assignment you've given me, I need a beautiful sunset. And y'all, he gave me just that. He actually gave me two beautiful pictures from the same day. But this is called The Chosen One. Your eyes are closed, and I want y'all to hear him speak to you. You are my chosen one. Yes, I'm talking about you. I love you so much that I chose you. You are an heir to my throne. I have so much in you that I want to bring forth. Speak life, live life, and make it happen. Why? Because you are my chosen one. Now, before you open your eyes, I want you to breathe in, and I'm going to count to five. Hold it. One, two, three, four, five. Breathe out through your mouth slowly. Now, tell me how you feel after you heard that you've been chosen, after you've heard that this was a direct message from the Father to your heart, to your spirit. How are you feeling? I want to see it in the comments. How are you feeling after you got your breathing done? How are you feeling? Because I want you to remember and know, not a question, not a doubt, but it's a knowing that you've been chosen for the life that you're living. Sometimes it don't feel like it, but guess what? He says, just suit up because I've already placed it on the inside of you. Put on your armor and let's go. Because who, y'all, we've all been through some things. Thank God we don't look like what we've been through. Amen. All right, so y'all gonna be a little shy tonight about how y'all feeling, or but it's okay. It's okay. Great evening to you. Great evening. Did you get to hear the chosen one just now that I did for everybody? If not, you can go back and share and go back and listen. But y'all share this with somebody. Make this investment into someone else's life because they need to be reminded that it's time to dream again. They need to be reminded that it's time to stop settling. They need to be reminded that there's a purpose and a plan for their life. They need to be reminded that they have been chosen. So, yes, nothing compares to the love that he has for us. Absolutely. Absolutely. There's nothing like it. Thank you, girl. 10 years. This book has been out 10 years this week. Friday would be the 10-year anniversary. Yes. So if y'all don't have it, y'all sow that into someone's life. If you find it on the outlets, it will be under Aaliyah A. Butler on my old name. On Fire to Inspire. I released that 10 years ago on October the 31st. That was definitely a birth. And like I told y'all, when it's time for you to give birth to these things, it's not going to be easy, but I promise you it's worth it. I promise you it's worth it. Because when you get the testimonies of Kim, when you get the testimonies of Lisa, and you get the testimonies of Roz sharing what God is doing in their life and how this has been a blessing to them, it just keeps you going. And how whatever you're doing, how it's made an impact, because you never know who's watching you, and you never know whose life you've made an impact just because you kept pushing and you kept persevering. You didn't give up. And that alone is going to be a blessing for somebody who just wants to throw in the towel. So I want to thank y'all so much for joining us tonight as we celebrated 10 years of On Fire to Inspire the book. We're going to have our celebration of the show too, but that won't be the December, y'all. So, but for those of you who joined late, October the 26th, Saturday, October 26th, put it on your calendar now. I'll let y'all know about the times. We're going to announce all of that later. Saturday, October 26th will be the next empowerment event that I'll be hosting here in Gaffney, South Carolina. Um, and I will let you know of the times and all of that, the cost of tickets. But it will be held here in Gaffney, South Carolina at Innovation Point, October the 26th, the last Saturday in October of 2024. All right, y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all for joining with me, joining in tonight and being inspired, empowered, and reminded that it's time for you to dream again. Why? Because you've been chosen and it's time for you to answer that call. I love y'all. I'll see y'all same time, same place next week, right here on Fire to Inspire. I'm Aaliyah, the Purpose Midwife. Y'all have a blessed and awesome rest of your week.